Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we conclude our week of making videos led by the legendary creatures featured in the Secrets of Strixhaven trailer video. I've gotta say, this has been a fun week and I've enjoyed showcasing all the fun cards from the newest in-universe set. Leading today's deck is Abigale, Poet Laureate. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Abigale Poet Laureate is a 3-mana 2/3 legendary bird bard with flying. Whenever we cast a creature spell, Abigale becomes prepared. Prepared is a new mechanic from Secrets of Strixhaven that allows some creatures to cast the spell attached to them. In Abigale's case, Heroic Stanza is a 2-mana sorcery that puts a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Okay, quick note about Silverquill. First of all, I saw a video explaining which band represents each of the schools of Strixhaven. The video tried to claim that My Chemical Romance represented Silverquill, but I firmly disagree. If any emo band represents Silverquill, it is Fall Out Boy. Secondly, Silverquill in this set has two distinct paths. One is an aura-focused one, where we enhance and empower our creatures. The other is based around their keyword, repartee. Whenever we cast an instant or sorcery that targets a creature, we trigger an effect of some kind. To me, this sounds like Feather but in Orzhov, which I love. So that's what we've built the deck around. And like every deck this week, we are only using cards printed in Secrets of Strixhaven. This includes the base set, as well as the commander decks in the Mystical Archive. Also, the deck is solidly in Bracket 2. There are cards in the Mystical Archive that can push our deck to Bracket 3 or 4, which is tempting. After all, have you seen this Armageddon art? Gorgeous. Anyway, before we get to our deck list, a quick word from new sponsor, BCW. BCW has been making high-quality, cost-effective products for both collectors and retailers for over 40 years. If you want to store, display, or sort your cards, check them out. I've been using their inner sleeves for years now and have never had an issue. Be sure to click the link down below and use code DANON for a 10% discount on your order. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm streaming on Gaming with Danon as well as Twitch. Sometimes I'm building commander decks, other times I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV, but you're always welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. We're starting off our land base with Command Tower and Exotic Orchard, both reliable budget staples that can go in just about any multicolored commander deck. Next up, we're running Shattered Sanctum, Isolated Chapel, Turbulent Moor, Sunlit Marsh, Eclipse Step, Umbral Expanse, Desolate Mire, Fetid Heath, Caves of Koilos, Temple of Silence, Silverquill Campus, and Forum of Amity for our dual-colored lands. Basically, every dual-colored land we have access to. We've also got Bojuka Bog, Emeria the Sky Ruin, Mistvale Plains, Reliquary Tower, Rogue's Passage, and Skycoach Waypoint as utility lands. For color fixing, we're running Fabled Passage and Terramorphic Expanse. Finally, for basics, we've got 8 plains and 8 swamps. Remember, basics are cheap, they come into play untapped, and most ramp cares about finding basics. Don't come crying to me when your opponent assassin trophies one of your fancy lands and you don't have any basics left. I'll just laugh at you. For mana ramp, we're running Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Felwar Stone, Mind Stone, and Talisman of Hierarchy as mana rocks. Next up, we've got Archaeomancer's Map, Bitterthorn, Nissa's Animus, Claim Jumper, and Solemn Simulacrum for land ramp. Finally, we're running Killian Ink Duelist as cost reduction, Culling the Weak for a ritual, and Monologue Tax as treasure generation. Not a lot, I know. We're pretty limited in this color identity. Our card advantage package consists of Angel of Indemnity, Conciliator's Duelist, Cost of Brilliance, Decorum Dissertation, Defacing Duskmage, Emeritus of Woe, Grave Researcher, Joined Researchers, Karmic Guide, Scheming Silvertongue, Snooping Page, and Sun Titan. A good mix of reanimation, tutors, and traditional card draw, as is right and proper. For interaction and spot removal, we've got Anguished Unmaking, Darksteel Mutation, Duty Beyond Death, Emeritus of Truce, Erode, Feed the Swarm, Fracture, Guardian of Faith, Ink Shield, Path to Exile, Remorseful Cleric, Requisition Raid, Selfless Spirit, Silverquill Charm, and Social Snub. Lots of ways to remove annoying permanents along with a bit of protection. Our board wipes consist of Ceaseless Conflict and Final Act. Gotta love flexible board wipes. The core of our deck consists of Adventurer's Eater, Augusta Order Returned, Combat Calligrapher, Hangerback Walker, Informed Inkwright, Lecturing Scorn Mage, Leech Collector, Nether Trader, Quillblade Laureate, Scathing Shadelock, Scolding Administrator, and Stirring Hope Singer. Supporting our plan, we've also got Achroma's Will, Daydream, Dissection Practice, Interjection, Killian's Confidence, Lightning Greaves, Masterful Flourish, and Practiced Offense. Lots of ways to trigger repartee and close out the game. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 50 mana sources, split between 38 lands and 12 pieces of ramp. Right on target. 12 pieces of card advantage. 15 pieces of interaction. 2 board wipes. 3 pieces of graveyard hate in Bajuka Bog, Final Act, and Remorseful Cleric. 1 Sudden Eye win card in Achroma's Will. We're not exactly a go-wide deck, and our deck isn't designed to make a bunch of tokens. Instead, most of our interaction and card advantage come in the form of creatures. Creatures who we can add +1/+1 counters to and swing out with. And once we have a good enough board state, we can just slam Achroma's Will and win the game. Or we can at least take out one of our opponents, just as Achroma intended. Now, there are a lot of cards in this deck that would benefit from a Flicker package. However, flickering isn't heavily represented in this set, which is fine. We don't want another Astral Slide standard. If you were there, you know what I'm talking about. Regardless, this video brings us to the end of the week of restrictive deck building. Let me know down in the comments which of the 5 was your favorite. Also, let me know if you're building Abigale Poet Laureate. I'd love to hear what your plans are for her. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Tainen. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alix, Robert, Pye, Kazaris, Patrick, Boomy, Osra, Justin, Golden Walker, Sleech, Mr. Salty, Daniel, Zombie, Luke, Brian, Richard, and Jeff. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.